So this video is on how to make $150 a day with Google and a couple of other websites, Flixpress.com and another one that's optional that we'll talk about in a little bit. This is designed to get leads for other businesses, not your own, to make an ad that appears high on the Google search so that you can get leads, phone calls, that sort of thing to businesses, and you can deliver this to those businesses and get $10 to $60 per lead from them. Now, this strategy could possibly be turned into a sustainable online business, but we don't have time to cover that in a short video. I imagine most would use it as a shorter term project to get some spending money or resources to get their main business going. But to get information on how to build a long-term sustainable online business, if that's what you're looking for, click on the first link below this video. There you will find a 4-day training that teaches all the details about building a successful online business, but with a full-time income. The training was done by this man, Franklin Hatchett. He has built successful online businesses in many niches and created a YouTube channel with over 135,000 subscribers. His course covers a lot in 4 days with many valuable bonuses added when you sign up. And, get this, it's entirely free. I have never seen so much great information given away for free. He could charge thousands for this. And not only does he give it away for free, he doesn't charge for it, but he doesn't try to sell you an expensive course during or at the end of this free training either. He has modules with step-by-step instructions on building your automated marketing system and how to get traffic into that system. Some of it is free traffic, like his module on how he started his channel, grew it, and monetized it. He also does modules on Facebook advertising, Google search optimization, solo ads, and many more strategies. So, again, click that first link and you'll get to a page that looks like this. Just fill in your name and email address for this completely free training. You really have absolutely nothing to lose. Now, this is the first video you will get access to, and then you will receive the rest over the next week, including a long list of in-depth, step-by-step training. So, let's get into it now. What you're looking for on Google is businesses, small businesses that need advertising. So, what you type into Google to find these businesses is an industry. You need to choose an industry made up of small businesses. Doctors, dentists, chiropractors, plumbers, you name it, the list is endless. Anything that has a small business that might need advertising. So, type in the industry you choose. I'm going to use dentists. And then put in a city or small cities work great. So I chose Richland, Washington, which is near where I live, and search that. Now, you could choose in this first box here, but one of the things that I like to do is choose this 10 best, because this is actually Yelp, and what you find here is businesses that are much more likely to have reviews. So I was just looking down these 11 reviews, 17 reviews. Let's choose Lifetime Dental, just for the fun of doing it. Okay? So let's look at that information, because we're going to write down a little information here. And I'm going to bring up my notes to do this, but you can write it anywhere you want to. You could even write it with pen and paper if you want to. Okay, and let's make a new note. So, Lifetime Dental Care. Let's go ahead and put the name of the business up at the top of our note here. I'm going to copy that in there. And then let's put their phone number in there. And then let's go ahead and put their website. You get the idea. Now, what you can do here, and I mentioned the reviews, you can go ahead and look at the reviews, and you might find some things that you want to copy from the reviews, some great statements that might work well in their ad. I'm not going to do that for sake of time, but I do want to go to their website, because this is also a good place to get some information that you might need for later. So let's go, yes, most of them have an about page, and let's find a little information on the practice. Okay, now you'd probably want to spend a little more time on this, but for the sake of not having too long a video here, I'm just going to copy that. And I'm also going to put that in my note. Okay, so I think that's most of the information I need. Chosen an industry and then chosen a business. Now, you need to choose just one business, at least in a certain area, because you're going to be doing this ad for just one business. If you want to do another ad like this, move on to another town, at least a ways away, so that you're not competing with your own ad in that area. All right, so now we need to move on to flixpress.com. So put in flixpress.com, and you need to register for an account. It's free, as it says there. So you enter what you want your username to be, your first name, last name, email address, etc., password. And when you agree to these terms and when you click on the register button, they'll send you an email. And this is so you can confirm your email address. All right, I already have an account. I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you what we do on this. Okay, so we'll log in. Now this is specifically the free section. What you want to do to make an ad for a dentist, like I'm doing, or for whatever business industry you might choose. Make sure it's on automated templates. You see this blue bar up here, and then choose ads down here. All right. And now the types of ads that we want are going to be something like this. So when I click on that, you see I get a whole bunch of different ads. Automotive services, cleaning services, beauty aid and spa, event planning, martial arts, eye care, financial services, hair salon. There's chiropractor, real estate. We chose the dentist for this example, so we're going to bring this up. I have the volume turned down so you're not hearing this, and in fact, let me put it on pause so it's not distracting us. Now, this is one of the concerns that I have and why I'm doing a review on this. It's presented in the video I watched on this as a free service, or mostly free, doesn't cost a whole lot. But to get these types of ads, the ones that are specifically for a type of business, you have to upgrade. The cost of this would be $70 a month, or $150 a quarter. So that still breaks down to $50 a month, paying it quarterly. Now that's not a huge price to pay if you're going to be making quite a bit of money on this, but if you are doing this just as a little bit of a side hustle, maybe to get started, as I mentioned earlier in the video, to get started in what you want your main business to be, that's a little bit of a hefty price to pay. So it's certainly not free, but I wanted to show you just a little bit about this tool because I think there are some good things here. And you may want to do this as this type of business. I think it certainly would work. It's a very creative idea, but it is going to cost you a little bit to get started. All right, let's go back to that first page, to the free templates. And I want to show you, and this will show you how you design that video there too. I used this one here. And you can see, since this is free, I can customize this. You just go down and hit the customize button here. And then you can upload an image. And you have to use JPEGs. Let me just find a random image to upload here. And it's uploading the image. Looks like it's uploaded now, so we'll proceed. You can choose here where you want the image to, what you want it to focus on to some extent. You can resize it a little bit even. All right, and we'll hit next on that. Put a main title in here. We can choose you can see I've done this before. You can choose a color for your that isn't the color I'd choose, but again, for the sake of time, we'll just move on. Now, I'd probably, if I were using this in a video and posting it to YouTube, put this in 1080p, but just so that it's quick here, and also so it's quick, I'm going to just create a preview and not submit the order. Okay, so now let's view my previews. I have made several of these, just figuring out how to do it. It's very simple, but just to make sure I knew when I got here, it looks like it's still generating my preview. But let's not wait for that because I did the same thing as I did on the last one here. And we can watch that. So you see it's now, instead of the red whatever it is gear in that, it's now my picture and there's my business name. And that's not the color I used for my business name, but you get the idea. Okay, now if you wanted to, I just did this as a preview, but if you had done this as an order, you could have then, and I could here, I could place the order, but you could download this onto your computer. So it might be a good tool for making some intros for some of your videos, something creative at the first to put on your videos. All right, so now you've downloaded that video. Let's say you went ahead and made that. You paid your $150 for 3 months and you downloaded that video so that we can see what it would be like to carry out this strategy. What you need to do next is make yourself a Google account, but you want that Google account to have your keyword. And your keyword would be what you searched for. And that was dentists in Richland, Washington. I didn't spell Richland right. Dentists in Richland, Washington is what the name of your Google account is going to be. And then if you want to, you may have a Google account already with your name or with a business name or something like that. You need a new one with that. And for each market that you choose an industry in and choose to do this, you'll need a different account for that. This is going to help you get this up higher in the Google search. All right, so now that you have your video and you have your Google account, you need to go to YouTube and you need to upload that video. Now, as you saw, I didn't actually make a video, so I'm just going to upload something to show you the process here. I'm going to make it private because this is not a video that has anything in it that I'm going to use. And let's select a video to upload. Here's a video. Let's upload this one. Okay. Now we need to, this was the step I was on earlier. Let's get our title of our video. Now we are going to put all of that on one line, including the phone number. All right, and that's the title of our video. And then we've got a little information that we've copied. We can choose what we want of that information. I'm just going to choose all of this information that I copied from that About page, but you might want to put, if you find some good things, you might want to put that in your description as well. It doesn't have to be long, but put some description there. And then tags. And our tag is going to be same thing as our title, but without the phone number. And we're only going to have one tag. I need to take the comma out. Okay. All right, now I'm going to copy, this is the link that our video is going to be at here. I'm going to copy that and put that in my document here because you'll see where we'll use that later. All right. So we've got all our information there. I'm actually going to stop this at this point because we're not making a real video here. But just so that you could see the process. Now we go to the optional page. This is blackhatlinks.com. And this is how you do some backlinks for your video to get it even more likely to be listed high up first, probably, on Google. Now, this is not a highly competitive search term. None of them would be for these small businesses, or very unlikely that they would be. So you might not even have to do this, but just so that you know how to do this, this is a place where you can get some backlinks that will be even more likely to get you to the top of the search page. All right, so the way you do this, what you want is backlinks. And you see there are several different kinds of backlinks you can do. but I would use comments, and I would use quality comments. Okay, so click on that. And then if you scroll down here, you can see that you can order 100 backlinks for $6 US. You can order 500 backlinks for $9 US. So all you have to do is place your order here. And in fact, let's go ahead and just act like we're ordering 100 links. And this is why I copied those things down. This is our video link here. And then in here we put our keyword. All right, that's all they need. Pay for and place your order, and you've got that done. Very small amount of money to get that clear up to the top. You know, one lead would take care of paying for that. You might want to go to 500. You certainly don't want to go any farther than that. If you do, it's going to be, Google is going to see it as spam anyway. You might do 100 and then come back and do 100 more if you didn't quite get to the top. But not very likely that you aren't going to get to the top with this. Okay, so now you've got your backlinks, you've got your video, you've got it set up on YouTube. It's ready to be listed to Google. What do you do to contact your the business and see what you can do? See if you can make this work. Well, again, you have copied or let's go back to, you've got their phone number, you've got their information here. Probably can find email in there if you want to. You just need to contact them, tell them. You can wait until you can see this on YouTube. Show them, not on YouTube, on Google, listed high, show them, and ask them if they want to keep the video up there, and if they want to pay you $10 or whatever you choose to charge per lead that they get, per call that they get. $10 or more, or you could just charge them an upfront cost for this. If they're not willing to do it, take the video down and move on to the next person in the search here. We had a whole bunch of dentists. Move on to the next one. Now this brings up the other issue that I was concerned about when I looked at this, and that is we're trusting them to figure out how many leads they get. I'm quite familiar with dental offices, and I know that not all of them even check to see where their phone calls came from. How do they know? And are they going to pay for them, or are they going to start paying for the ones that actually show up to the office, or the ones that spend a lot of money in the office, that sort of thing. I'm sure there are services out there that you can get, but it's going to add cost to your to doing this again. I'm sure there are services out there that can identify where calls are coming from. You can put a certain number so that it can be identified that way. But just another issue, maybe I have trust issues, I don't know, but I just feel like they're probably not going to pay me for a lot of those. And you have the video that you can take down if they're not doing that and move on to the next one that is trustworthy. But just another issue that I was concerned about with this. So I think it's a fabulous idea. It's very creative, but there are just some concerns some costs that are a little bigger than you're going to want to do just for a short-term side thing. Again, if you want step-by-step training on how to get a part-time online business going that has the potential of a full-time income, just click the first link in the video below and fill out this form and get your free training. That's our video. Again, hope it's been helpful, and we'll talk soon.